G'day folks, ZD here and welcome back for some more hardcore permadeath Starfield with this bloke here, Danger Tuckerman. Last episode he did some urban foraging and got himself a couple nice new rifles. And deciding to try and have a hero moment, he tried negotiating with some bank robbers who took some hostages. After that inevitably failed, he brought him in the old-fashioned way and scored a recommendation to the Freestar Rangers. How much further can he get without dying even once? Well, in this episode we'll be camping out bush to do some proper survival craft, hunting and foraging. We might also see about joining the Freestar Rangers. But first though, it seems that Tuckerman's still got some fans looking out for him. Evil Knievel suggested that we scrub the foraged hunting rifle at the weapon modding bench so that the coppers don't take it if we get pinched at some point. Turns out modding a weapon actually removes the stolen flag. It sounds like Knievel's maybe had a few run-ins with the coppers themselves to earn some knowledge like that. Pretty sus, but I appreciate it, mate. Thanks.
Should we warn them about the Ashta? We got a big old sign. Danger. If they open up the gate and go out there, it's on their own head.
Hey Danger, guess what, mate? Yeah, what's that, cobber? You got your first fan mail since, well, you know, the incident. Fair dinkum, mate. Read it out then. So this one comes in from Lank Wham Blamiston of New Atlantis. It says, Dear Mr. Tuckerman, my son is a big fan of your program and was very sad indeed to see it discontinued. I think I spotted you earlier today at the trams in New Atlantis. I have empathy for whatever you might be going through, and my son and I are both rooting for you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Which brings me to my point, boots. I could have sworn that you were running around the tram station barefooted. Well, I don't think there's any UC laws preventing you from doing so. Please do try to keep a bit of decency. There's still plenty of fans of yours out there. Think of them when you get dressed in the morning. Well, g'day Lank. Thanks heaps for your letter, mate. It's ripper to know that there's still a couple fans out there. Tell that little ankle biter of yours that I'm rapt that he's still cheering me on, and I'll be coming back in a big way soon, believe you me. Tell him I said that he's true blue, and if he ever stops by my joint, after I build it that is, I'll be keen as to make him an alien snag sanger. And as for that whole barefoot thing, I know, only a right bogan goes on the train without at least a pair of pluggers on. I'm defo not proud of that one. It was a bit iffy for sure. But I've been putting in some hard yards and I got myself a pair of blunnies, so I'm on the upswing. It won't happen again. Cheers, mate, and have a good one, eh? If you want to send Danger Tuckerman some fan mail or indeed hate mail, you can do so in the comments below and maybe he'll read it out next episode. Oh my, look at all this wildlife, this untapped potential. I seriously love the variety of different creatures and beasties in this game. And this planet Jemison here actually has quite a lot going on. Look at those big, like, mossy looking dinosaur creatures. Strange puffy things. Yeah, some of the wildlife around here ain't too friendly though. Perfect. Perfect. Let's test out our new rifles then, shall we? Hi there, buddy. Seems like these things are a little territorial, these grasshopper looking creatures. There's our recon scope, which marks creatures that we, I believe, view for a while through the scope. Or it might be tag them with a shot. I'm not quite sure how those ones work yet. Lets you see them if they duck behind cover. Very nice. Let's have a look at our... We don't use too much of this ammo here, but I'll get a feel for the weapons at least. And here's our hunting rifle. This one actually has a silencer suppressor built into it, which gives you sneak attack damage bonuses for extra damage there. So while this one does a little bit less damage than the 50 cal, the sneak attack bonuses kind of make up for that. Very nice. Against any less dangerous creatures, potentially like these elk krangons here, we might actually want to use the hunting rifle, or maybe the coachman, or perhaps one of these, to conserve some of our more precious 50 cal and 9x39 ammo. If we charge up our mining laser, we can actually partially cook these things, get a little bit ahead. And of course, killing or hunting does actually scan them as well. And there's like, I think 10 different types of fauna on this planet. Look at these. They're like big old hippos, man. Like duck-billed hippos. We're not even 3 steps out of town and this place is just teeming with life. I love it. It's like we got some nutrients there in the form of vital fluids from the elk krangons. Although I'm getting a decent amount of XP for these hunting as well. Little bit of laser hunting. We might be able to cook up some stuff today, with all this stuff that we're going to be getting from all this wildlife here, and all of this XP is going to help us get some nice extra skills to help us with our searching planets. So we're going to try and scan everything and get full survey data here. It's actually a pretty big one. 10 different fauna, 5 different flora, and 6 different resources that we can try and tag as well. Let's take a look at some of these plants and see what sort of information we can get about them. It'll take a few scans on each plant and animal in order to get full survey data. We can get a bit of an idea of what they give by at least harvesting them. So fiber there. Looks like we've got some water. We're going to be foraging and scavenging basically everything we can here at the beginning because we don't have that much of a collection of supplies right now. Ooh, the Ashta. So we've been warned about the Ashta. The Ashta are a little bit more dangerous. They're certainly the sort of thing that we will want to hunt a little bit more carefully. It looks like we've got one of those grasshopper creatures up behind us as well. Might be a good idea to deal with them with the hunting rifle before we go too much deeper. There is the risk of kind of getting surrounded here. That was very nice. And we've got 20 out of 20 on our ballistic kills as well. An extra level in stealth lets us know that we're hidden and gives us a little bit of extra sneak attack bonus, especially with any suppressed weapons, any silenced weapons like this rifle right here. I want to get up here to be a little safer from that Ashta because I don't know where it's gone exactly. Like a duck behind the rocks or the bushes there. Well, let's see if we can go. So these things are called, grasshoppers are called grazing and sniffers. And they have wary temperament, so I think they can get a little bit hostile if you get too close to them. These ones here also wary temperament. So I think the life on this planet is actually a bit hostile, generally speaking. Though a lot of it's more just kind of, I guess, could be considered territorial. Looks like that might be the Ashta there, is it? Yeah, so the Ashtas are one of the more dangerous kind of predator animals, I think. And most planets will have at least a few different animal types. We'll have a mixture of predators, grazing animals, and then like small prey animals as well, like little insects. Definitely a little concerned about this Ashta charging us here. Get our coachman out to try and finish it off here. The stun on the coachman. Very nice. So definitely they're a lot more dangerous. They seem a bit more heavily armored. And they drop antimicrobial. Their carapace has antimicrobial properties. So we don't know too much about the Ashta yet. But we'll have to get another 5 or 6 of them to get full survey data. So we'll be hunting each animal until we have full survey data on each of them. So we will have to keep an eye on our ammo. Because we're going to run through, especially the rifle ammo, quite quickly if we're not careful. So any ammo we can conserve on some of the other beasties by using our mining laser, our cutter here. And you saw that it takes down any sort of like lower level beasties a little faster. It looks like there's some flying creatures too. Got some baleen rotifers. Let's get up on this rock and have a bit of a closer look. These ones will be a little trickier. We will have to use... won't be able to get close enough to scan them, not with my current scanning skill levels. We'll have to try and take them down with hunting rifles, but if they're really far away, I've even lost them now. It looks like there's some over there, yeah. If they're really far away like this, even using the scoped hunting rifle, it's really tricky to actually land those shots without wasting a bunch of ammo. And we know that we're going to be a little conservative with this right now. Looks like some of these elks have been taken down by probably the Ashtas, so some of the hunter predator animals will take down some of the prey animals, which we can go and scan, or just harvest from. All the stuff on that one. So regular beasties can also have elite variants. They obviously don't carry legendary gear because they don't carry gear, but they will carry more materials and rare materials, and some pretty valuable stuff sometimes as well. So there's also these big old moss dinosaur creatures that are quite cute. We'll need to track down some of those as well. I don't know if they're aggressive or not yet. While we're moving around, we will also scan any nearby areas to see if there's any interesting points of interest. It looks like there's a couple of farms nearby. I don't know if they've been abandoned or if they're still in use. It looks like there's a few caves up in the mountains there. We also have some argon that we can scan over here so that we can get a complete picture of the resources. I won't be getting too much mining done, just a little bit to make sure I have a decent collection of things so I can use them for modding. Let's grab the argon. Obviously don't want to spend too close to that as it is toxic gas. Spend too much time close to it. Your suit protection buys you a little bit of time to be near hazards, environmental hazards, before they'll start causing afflictions and damaging your health. And environmental damage is kind of semi-permanent, like it brings down your maximum health. And you need to rest in like a safe area where you're not being exposed in order to recover from that. So for us, that would mean we'd have to set up a shelter or go back to our ship or something like that, which can be a little bit harder. I haven't really been able to get close to any of these flying creatures yet. And I haven't really gotten close to any of these big dinosaur-looking creatures yet either. There's some more plants down here. Oh, there's an Ashtar there. Okay, we don't want to be too close to the Ashtar. It looks like the Ashtar has hunted something recently as it's taken some damage. I don't know if the Ashtar has seen me. I am detected by something, but it could be another creature. I don't think it's the Ashtar. Oh no, I hadn't loaded. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. Make sure we preload our guns before getting into dangerous situations. Use the high ground, exploit the high ground to our advantage here against the Ashtar. I believe they can spit at you, but it's far less dangerous than being... Yeah, there's a spit there. It's far less dangerous than being munched on by its mouth, of course. Antimicrobial and metabolic agents. So they have a little bit more valuable stuff on them, actually. So we picked up some alien genetic material from one of the elite creatures that we looted. This stuff is quite valuable, but also pretty handy for really emergency situations, as it gives 500 damage and energy resistance for just 30 seconds. And it does weigh quite a bit, so it's nice to carry, like, you know, 4 or 5 of them around maybe, but any more than that, you're really weighing yourself down. And it can be worth selling off, because each one of these sells for 130, 150 credits, so that can be quite nice. The antimicrobial's value is a little bit higher, but most of the time that's going to round down to 1 credit anyway. The nice thing is that these versions of antimicrobial are quite light, so 1 credit per 0.1 means that it's 10 credits per kilo, so slightly good ratio there. I haven't had a meal yet today, so we'll have this barbacoa wrap that we picked up earlier. Restore, top up our health and grab a bit of damage resistance for 10 minutes. Like, it's actually a lot of damage resistance for the next 10 minutes. So, not a bad one there, actually. We use drugs for more emergency situations, or more powerful items like the alien genetic material, but for when we're just kind of roaming around and there's the danger of getting jumped on by surprise or something like that, or taking some damage from fall or something like that, just having the damage resistance up is going to help keep us alive through situations that we potentially don't expect. I think I'd like to scale this mountain here and get a bit of a better look out of the hunting grounds. Pull up to the top of this mountain and have a look at these farms, and we can maybe get an idea if they're still in operation or not. And while we're at it, we will reload our ammo. Conscious of the fact we don't actually have much ammo for the pirate machine gun there. And in general, we don't have a lot of ammo, so we'll push this hunting expedition as far as we can, and hopefully earn some credits through whatever we're able to bring back. And I'm curious to see if we like hunt and forage and then make food from some of that stuff, whether that's actually profitable compared to, like, say, the ammo that we're expending, or whether we also need to weave in some, you know, hitting up of points of interest as we're exploring in order to help fund our expeditions. Not a bad view. Not a bad view here. So it looks like that's farming facility. I don't see much movement down there though, so it might well not be in operation. It could have perhaps been attacked by Ashtar or something like that. So we might go have a closer look at least this one here. And then we do have, it looks like 3 caves in a row along that kind of low-lying mountain range there at the foothills of these larger mountains. It's very cool terrain, actually. Very cool terrain. From here, I can't see too much movement, so we'll move down and get a little bit closer and see what we can see. Alright, we're coming up on the farm, and there is quite a lot of plant life in the area that we can scan and harvest from. Hallucinogens. I wonder how much the hallucinogens are worth. 14 per 0.1, so that's not a bad amount there, actually. Hallucinogens a little bit more rare, so that's a good piece of plant life to be harvesting. And we can make med various meds or drugs, more likely from the hallucinogens, obviously, which would put the value up quite a bit higher. So like just straight selling these things. Actually, you can sell them to oh hello, you can sell them to Constellation. One of the characters in Constellation buys some of these organics, I think, if I recall correctly, for a bit more. So that can be a bit profitable, but the other option is to process them into things. And if we get crafting skills later on as well, that might well improve how profitable such endeavors are as well, if you want to use that as a money-making opportunity. So it looks like this farm is still running, and that looks like it might actually be it's called a grumble, and it's following around that farmer, so it might be a tame grumble. But we'll do a little bit of farmhouse foraging here, maybe. Just have a little look inside and see what's what. Just some, I'm not going to take their folders and pens and things like that. I'm not that hard up. Looks like they have a either a work bot or a security bot, or a pair of them in here, actually. Maybe designed to help out with or look at the farm. We aren't a security expert, so I won't be getting in there, but it looks like if we were able to, there is a Grendel and a jetpack and some other lootables. But again, not a security expert. Free med packs are always good, saves us 500 credits each. And the industrial workbench if we want to process things, but I'm probably going to outfit my ship once I have a bit more cash with workstations, and maybe potentially build outposts and things like that. Always need more adaptive frames, and we won't be able to get into that safe. So no luck there. Just a couple resources and a med pack. Looks like a ship actually landed over there. I'll be able to scrounge a med pack or two from the the emergency medical supplies in the landing pad, or in the in the little hangar here. Hopefully they don't take off while I'm in here though. Here it is. There we go, free med pack. An endeavoring criminal could probably steal such a ship, but again, we don't have the security skills to do so. Wouldn't mind talking to the farmer and see if they know anything about the local area. So let's go have a look. So the Savannah sweet bushes give fiber. Yeah, got a few of those scans done, and the canary reeds we're getting pretty far now, and these guys give nutrients, so those will be good for cooking. Scan the, can we scan the grumble? No, it's actually considered a pet, not part of the native wildlife.
Hello.
Look at that creature, it's so cute. Hi, Paisley.
Out here, you never know what'll hit you. Never hurts to be prepared.
Ain't that the truth? Does your pet have a name?
Sure does. His full name is Groneveld Hubble von Houten III, but I call him Grumble for short. He's a grumpy old lizard, so the name fits, but he's also family.
Oh.
He was Ma's pet. She found him back when he was still yolking the egg. Saved him from poachers, pardon the pun.
Oh.
But Ma didn't stop there. She hatched him, fed him, and raised him from a wee little babe to the big, grumpy boy he is now.
I can't wait for either DLC or mods to add, like, the ability to, like, take eggs and hatch creatures and have them as pets. Have them as companions, you know, like dog meat style companions. It'd be amazing. Alright, well, show me what you got. You got anything for trade?
Happy shopping.
Do a little bit of bartering here, maybe? Let's see what she's got. She's got a couple weapons, nothing we need. Oh, do you have any ammo? Ooh, no 9x39 or 50 cal that we need, unfortunately. No. I could get some, I think the coachman takes the caseless. Let me just check. Yeah, caseless shells. We will buy some ammo for the coachman though. 95 extra shells for the coachman is well worth getting and could keep us alive. Otherwise, she has, well, she actually has a lot of med packs. It's actually rare to find this many med packs in a vendor. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. Often it's like you're desperate for med packs and vendors have like 3 or 1 or 2. So 8 in one go is amazing. I'll definitely take that. All right, I don't think there's too much else we need. Unless she sells some basic aluminum and sealant, but we're not worried about that. We're going to forage that stuff for ourselves. And I don't believe we have too much to sell, except for an outfit that we stole from her house. It didn't count as stealing, so we can actually sell it back to her. I don't think we have anything else for her at the moment. Speaking of foraging, 370 credits. Again, not tagged as stealing, so she doesn't mind sharing, I guess. She doesn't mind sharing, and I don't mind foraging. I was hoping we could get up on top of that, but with my current jetpack capabilities, it's unlikely. I was going to use it to get a view of the surrounding area, but looks like that might not be on the cards. Well, she's friendly. We've got a few scans, and some extra shotgun ammo actually is a big deal, so I'm glad we got that. Let's go ahead and loot a few of these, and then head back out. I think we'll head over to one of the caves next, while we continue our explorations. I'm interested in that cave-filled mountain range over there. We'll get up on top of this hill and have a little bit of a look around. Alright, from the hill there we can see our path to the mountain range with all the caves in it. And there's quite a lot of wildlife between us and them. I wouldn't mind just testing one of these big creatures because we don't know yet exactly how tough they are. So I want to conserve my hunting rifle ammo a little bit. And I have a pretty good vantage point here, so I'll use the 50 cal instead. See if I can get some shots on this thing. Let's see. Can we tell how tough this thing is? I suspect it's going to be pretty tough. Okay, it looks like it is a little bit upset with us. And it looks like they... Oh, this one's actually... Oh, they have a regenerative capabilities. Okay, that's going to make taking them down very hard then. So this one's actually an elite and it has regenerative capabilities. This could have been a big mistake. We will have to very aggressively try and bring it down while it regenerates. Yeah, some creatures have regeneration. And other unique features, like, for example, reflecting melee damage and such as well. We need to try and keep bringing him down. The problem is obviously going to take a lot of ammo to do. And he's kind of out of our effective range right now. But we can move forwards a bit. I really want to bring him down to not have wasted this ammo. Powerful regeneration. Probably non-elite ones would be a bit easier to bring down. But the elite one with all of its extra health probably scales up its regeneration as well. There we go, we brought it down. Oh my lord. If they're all going to be that tough, we're going to have to think of a more creative method to deal with them. And the other thing to consider is, like, if we try and use the cutter or something, that's going to leave us potentially very vulnerable. That looks like an Ashter over there. Alright, it's kind of in those hills. I want to make sure I loot that. But, oh my god, there's an elite Ashter. Okay, that is a little bit frightening. We want to move up the hill before we attempt to deal with that. We used a lot of our 50 cal ammo bringing down the big boy. And I can't quite get up the hill from this angle. This does leave me in a bit of a... Okay, I can make a getaway through the hills there if I need to. But I want to deal with this Ashter before I get any closer. Oh my god, it's dodging. Wow, it's really agile. We are probably going to have to shotgun this thing down slowly and carefully here. Use our boost pack and our mobility to try and keep our distance. Where is it? I don't like it being on the other side of this hill here. Whoa! That's kind of terrifying, right? We're getting our boost pack training done. Thankfully, these ones don't have regeneration, and we have plenty of coachman shells. I'll just take some long-range shots at it, even though they're not very effective. Just to chip away at it a little bit. Shotguns do far more damage at close range, because all the pellets hit. Makes sense. Usually how shotguns work. But it is substantial in this, though. Difference between 10 and 100 damage. Okay. Slightly concerning. Looks like we're... Ooh, just fast enough to kind of stay out of dance out of reach of it, especially with the stuns from the shotgun. The stuns from the shotgun blasts are excellent. There we go, the crits on the face. These Ashters are well armored, and this elite is certainly a concern. I could just kind of keep an eye on whether we know there's any other beasties behind us that we're running into. I'm a little worried we're going to lose that giant creature that we killed, but... Whoa, that's bad. Okay, we did take a nasty swipe there. Maybe I'll get a real actual scar. Unlike this fake scar that I got. Ooh, okay, the elite Ashter, very nasty. Put quite a lot of ammo into it, but the alien genetic material itself probably pays for most of that ammo. And, who knows, might save us in a future encounter as well with the extra mitigation that it gives. Alright, I'll try and backtrack and see if the corpse of that other creature is still there. It should still be there, but the question is whether I can actually find it. The scanner is handy for things like that, though. It's like there's some nickel here as well, which we haven't scanned yet. I don't know, we might actually need it too. Grab some of that on the way. Alright, I think we were kind of over that way. We got a full scan, 100% completion on the canary reads, and each time you fully complete something, you get full information on it, which can be interesting, especially if the creatures have, for example, any sort of unique traits. And then also you get XP for completing it too. And one step closer to a full survey of the planet. Now, I feel like we were kind of on the edge of this hill here, because we were heading towards the cave. So I'm thinking the beastie's over this area somewhere. I don't know if we'll be able to track it down in the end. Yeah, I think at this point we well and truly lost our kill. That's the way it's going to go sometimes if you get chased away by something nasty. Perhaps I should have snuck up and looted my kill first before moving on to the Ashtar, but I didn't really want the Ashtar sneaking up on me, so that was the route we went in the end. Sometimes you will lose a kill. The Ashtars will eat it instead of us. Unfortunate, but there'll be more. There'll be more where that came from for sure. There's another Ashtar over there, but not an elite this time. It looks like it's taken down some of the elks, or maybe there's just some elks eating there. I think if we get on those rocks, we might be able to use our coachman here to kill this Ashtar somewhat effectively. Looks like it's hiding from the Ashtar on the rocks like us. It's also scared. Okay, it's going to try and spit at us, but that's far less dangerous than it chasing us. So we have a pretty good spot here. Some creatures can jump, by the way. So the classic thing in Skyrim was like, you're on a rock, you're 100% safe, right? Well, in this, creatures spit, but some creatures also jump. Oh my lord, that thing got it. Angry at us. Probably all the shotguns. Alright, it looks like we scared the elk cranking off. And we got some curious grasshopper creatures coming after us as well. Aromatics, antimicrobial, and pigments. Get quite a good variety from these creatures. Oh, they're so cute. I think he's dead. Yeah, it looks like these mossnaths were taken down. Oh, hallucinogens. They have hallucinogenic glands in them. Interesting. So I think that can be quite valuable, right? 14 for 0.2, not bad. A couple free scans on those is very handy. Oh, there's another elite Ashtar. I don't think I want to deal with the ammo expenditure and risk of another elite Ashtar if we can avoid it right now. Where was our cave, by the way? Just up that way, we're getting a little sidetracked. Looks like the sun is setting, so it's been one full day of hunting and gathering and exploring so far. We might set up a camp on top of this ridgeline, perhaps, and give ourselves a sleep, and I don't know if I want to set up crafting benches or not here, so maybe just a bed. Just have a little camp on the ridgeline, maybe. It's a shame you can't build like campfires and stuff. I love that. Modders, let's do it. Oh, we've attracted the attention of an Ashtar here, it seems. Looks like it's in a bit of a precarious spot on the edge of this cliff here, though, so we can probably get the jump on it. Nice. Use this rock here to our advantage. Spitting at us, but not hitting us. Good. It's kind of serpent. Oh, did hit me there though. Maybe the other one did damage me a little bit. Ooh, a little close there. Last one. All right, cool. There we go. Yoink! I'll take that. Decent amount of XP and a little bit more scannage on them, for 63%. I do need a few more of these, but it is getting dark, and hunting these things in the dark is probably going to be a little bit scarier. A little bit dangerous. Right up to this ridgeline here. Get a good view of the sunset. Oh, looks like the sun's already dipped behind those mountains there. Oh, look, you can kind of almost make out the light fading as the sun dips further and further behind those mountains there. A pretty successful first day. A little bit of an iffy run-in with an Ashtar. And a bit too much ammo spent on a creature that we didn't end up getting to harvest in the end. We'll do even better tomorrow, I think. With that light fading. Love it. Yeah, this game can be pretty sometimes, right? This is the vibe I wanted to get from this playthrough. Very, very kind of chill and relaxing, interspersed with moments of great terror and stress as we believe that Danger Tuckerman is near death. Look at that light fading. Gorgeous. Wow, brilliant. Yeah, we can't build an outpost this close to this cave, unfortunately. I did want to because it's quite a scenic spot for for a lookout. And if we go that way, we're going to be closer to that cave there. So we have to be a little further away. So I might go over onto that ridgeline there in order to place our bed. All right, this is not a bad spot by the Savannah Sweet Bush here. We will place our outpost marker, which kind of actually looks like there's a style of campfire or fireplace stoves that people make that look a bit like this actually. So it kind of almost looks like a camp stove. It's like there's actually aluminum mines in the area too down there, and aluminum mines are actually pretty handy, so I could set up a little mining outfit here potentially, but for the most part I mostly just want to get this bed down. Alright, I've just placed a little sleeping bag which took some fiber and sealant. The actual camp, like the actual outpost location marker itself is free. A little chair for the lookout here. And I put down a solar panel, but I actually realized wind power is super efficient here. It turns out this place is really windy. You get 10 power per wind, so which is enough to run a couple mines off of. So pretty efficient there. I intended to either put down some lights or a scan booster, but I don't have quite enough resources just yet. If I pick up I think it's in, what is it, under miscellaneous maybe? Yeah, the scan booster. If I pick up some beryllium somewhere, I just need one beryllium and we can build a scan booster, which doubles the range of our scanner. Right now that just takes it from 10 to 20, which isn't that big a deal. Later on when we get like, 30 or 40 scan range though, it doubles that, which is, a pretty big deal. So we'll probably build those on planets when we want to do a bit more scanning. If we pick up some beryllium, I'll actually come back and build it because it'll give us that scan boosting range, which will just make surveying much faster and a bit more easier as well. Eventually we'll be able to even scan things in the air when we have like 100 scan range potentially. There's one thing left to do though, and that is to rename this outpost, and I'm thinking that this is probably Ashta Lookout. I'm thinking Ashta Lookout here. Just our little campsite in the hills near Akila for the moment. Let's have a little bit of a nap until morning. Sunrise coming through the mountains behind us. And the sounds of ships taking off into orbit and landing. As we're not that far from Akila City still. Yeah, look, I know, this is still kind of posh camping. A bit glamping because we're within spitting distance of the city, but you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. We're still out there, and even, 5 feet away from Akila is pretty dangerous, to be honest, with all the Ashta roaming around. Thankfully, I didn't get my face eaten off in the night. So, we're good to continue our adventures here on this very chilly morning. Alright, we're going to kick things off by investigating one of these caves. Most caves just have resources in them, but they can have rare resources that you can't normally get access to on the planet. But occasionally you find other interesting things inside of caves. So we'll go check at least the one out here. It's kind of shimmering and looking strange, like it's got gas coming out of it or something. That is a little unusual looking. And in real life, if I came across a cave entrance that looked like that, I would not go in there because I would assume that I would die of horrific, gas poisoning or something. Let's go complete the scan on our Savannah Sweet Bushes. There we go. 22% XP. 22 because of that 10% XP bonus, which I must have worn off sometime in the afternoon yesterday because I wasn't getting the bonus anymore, I noticed. But there we go. A little bit more XP as we explore. Another 22 XP for finding the cave. Yeah, it's a little bit iffy looking, isn't it? It's a little bit iffy looking. We'll pre-turn on our torch and pre-sneak as we move into the cave, just in case there's beasties in here. Certainly that can happen. See some lead and cobalt. And it's like a another resource, kind of like maybe liquid over there. Alright, I don't see or hear any beasties yet. Benzines, there we go. That is one of the, and that's the full resource scan actually. That was the one we were missing. So the cave has proved rather fruitful as a result of that. We can scoop ourselves up a little bit of benzines. Don't ask how we do that, but just kind of grab it in our hands. If there's anything rarer in here, we might harvest it as well. Oh, there is an elite Ashta down there. Alright, I was mistaken. And the dung pile are kind of like a loot box, the cave version or beast version of a loot box. So the elite Ashta, as we saw, can be a little bit nasty, but we do potentially have a high ground against it here, so if we can get a good line of sight on it, and it looks like maybe it killed one of the flying creatures, so we can get at least a scan on one of those here. And I see a storage box and a few benzines that we can harvest. No, I believe it was beryllium was what I needed. Now it seems like... Who is detecting me? Oh, it's the Ashta. That's unfortunate. Yes, hello. Yes, you've noticed me. This is not going to do much damage to it at all. A couple headshot crits here will help, but we're going to be burning through, I suspect, the rest of our ammo on this Ashta here if we want to loot this cave. Let's get our hunting rifle out. Thankfully, it can't do too much. It looks like we're kind of a little bit out of spitting range as well. Or maybe the inaccuracy of it. It can't quite spit this far, thankfully for us. It seems like there's actually no way up for it, at least not anywhere nearby. So that works out pretty good for us, and I don't think it can get us with that spit, so it's perfect. I'm gonna burn through all of my ammo taking this thing out here. Alright, we're out of ammo for our longer range stuff, but if I can maybe get above it, I might be able to hit it with the Coachman from above. It will be able to spit at me then, though. So it'll be slightly more dangerous, but we can just kind of play peekaboo with it, maybe. Some biosuppressants in that crate there. Yeah, we're close enough to get multiple damage hits with the shotgun, so that's really good. A little bit of RNG, and look at that spit. It's like spitting rocks at us or something. It just like bites, ow! It just like bites a chunk out of a rock and spits it at us. Or maybe it's like, they're like tonsil stones. Ooh, maybe it's tonsil stones. Ooh. Gross. Oh yeah, that's gonna burn a med pack. I can't quite back up because of the ledge behind me. The Coachman. I told you the Coachman last episode when we picked it up would be a staple for us. They are just a very solid, reliable weapon early on here, till we can get one of the more expensive shotgun variants. But even then, the ammo is pretty accessible for this, which is very helpful in the early game. Oof. We actually took a lot of damage there in the end, and that's going to be either we can go back and rest at our camp just for a little bit to heal that, but maybe a little safer just to burn the med pack, even though that's another 500 credits gone. Alright, I think it was just that one Ashta. So we're going to go down, and it did have some of the quark degenerate tissues here, which is kind of like an exotic component that's a bit more valuable. Not as good as the alien genetic material, but still, alright. Definitely not worth it credit-wise just for that creature, but we can loot and get scans on all of these other creatures here as well, though. Including one of these balloons, which have antimicrobial vital fluids. I think vital fluids are the lightest of all of the animal secretia harvestables. No, not quite. 0.2. Flowers seem to be the lightest overall, which kind of makes sense. Alright, let's have a little bit of a look around in this cave and see what else we can find. Maybe loot any benzines. And the other thing was that dung pile as well, so I ain't above getting me hands dirty and rooting around in a dung pile. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, after all. So, you know, sometimes this ain't the prettiest job in the world. It ain't the most glamorous, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Some structural materials are handy, and metabolic agents. Nothing too valuable, but here's us kind of rooting around in a dung pile. All right, let's head out of the cave. We've got a few slightly rarer resources. And a couple of useful, more common resources, but nothing too fancy, especially compared to the amount of ammo we expended on that. Right now, the really tough Astra elites are probably not a great value proposition for us, but in that case, I wanted to take it out to be able to like fully explore that cave properly. We still need another, I believe, 2 scans on Astra, and there's a non-elite one here. I don't know if it's stalking or if it's already killed that elk there, but that's another scan. But we are out of range. But the Coachman should be enough to bring this thing down reasonably safely. Play evasive with its spit here. This hill's just slightly too steep for it to run up. Now, it did take a little bit of damage there. 1 critical strike, doubling one of the pellet's damage. There we go, a few more. See if we can keep getting those headshots to be a little bit more ammo efficient. Oof. Kind of caught me by surprise with that little flick shot there. There we go. It is going to be another med pack though. Well, we are working on our medicine skill at least. Oops. Alright, 100% scan on the Elks and 88 on the Ashtars now. It's like a sandstorm has blown in. Poor air quality can have a chance of giving us environmental afflictions on occasion. But we should have enough medical resources to treat any that do come up. And it doesn't come up too often, so we should be alright. We're also going to head into another cave here, which will take us out of the sandstorm. But, you know, who knows into what new danger. I am very concerned about the current ammo situation. That is my biggest concern at this point. This looks like it was maybe getting mined or explored. Interesting. We might be able to find some other resources or lootables in here. Looks like we've got some chlorosilanes this time. Is this a... That's not a resource that's common or native to this planet. I mean, it is native, it's here, right? But it's not one of the core resources of the planet, but rather like a bonus rare resource. Looks like we got a little beastie over there, but it could mean that there's an Ashtar in the area too, because there's a few dead grazing animals, which is a little concerning. Yeah, it's a couple of the grasshopper-looking creatures there, and it looks like some stuff that's been dropped, a water canister. And there's a little bit of a camp over here, it seems. I should remember to actually scan these, because we're almost done with them too. It's 88%, I just need one more of the grasshoppers. The in-sniffers. Nothing useful in the camp, it seems, although that's contraband, is it? Oh! Okay, that's a bit of money right there. Well, what have we foraged here? Oh, can't shake our head at a bit of fresh organ meat. We have indeed picked up our first bit of contraband. Looks like there was some organ smugglers in this area. I'm certainly not going to let it go to waste, right? That would just be unethical. So we'll take that into the and turn it over to the proper trade authorities. A little bit of extra cash. Very nice. So there was something of value in here. That's a few thousand credits for us. Very nice. Oh, there is an Ashtar there. Woo! Oops, I panic shot. It knows we're here now. Wait, no. Oop. Okay, this is a good vantage point for us, thankfully. We have cover from its spit. And we're pretty close to it for the coachman. Kind of perfect. It did almost catch me off guard there, though. We want to aim for the head, but because of the projectile spread, we want as many pellets to hit as possible. So we kind of want to go a little bit more center mass where possible. Like head, but maybe more like the neck. That way some of the spread will hit pellets onto the head. Anything in here? And it looks like that is all of the secrets that the cave holds for now. But certainly a slightly more interesting one this time, and definitely a more profitable one. Well worth the coming in and dealing with the Ashtar. That dust storm looks even worse than before, though. We'll head on to the next cave, because I'd prefer to be, like, out of the dust storm as much as possible. But we only have 18 shotgun shells left, which is enough to take out another regular Ashtar if we come across one. But if it's anything bigger than that, we're gonna probably have to run. Also, visibility is, like, absolutely shot here, so... it's, quite possible for something to sneak up on us, which we don't really want. Well, I do see another Ashtar over there, but we're just gonna avoid it. We could just get a cheeky scan on this in sniffer though, and complete our scans for those. That would be nice. There's a lot of animals to do on this planet. Wary, 100 health is what they have, so that makes sense. It took about 2 snipe shots to take them down with the bigger hits, with the sneak attack bonus, so that seems about right. And there's another Ashtar. Oh, we have full scans on the Ashtar. They have 300 health. Oh yeah. And they are fearless. That makes sense. We're just gonna give this one a wide berth. I could barely even see it if it wasn't for the scanner. The old scanner is very handy for both looting and exploring. We gotta get in this cave. This dust storm is going absolutely nuts. The air quality is shot. You can see our protection is regenerating now that we're inside of the cave, where the air quality is a bit better. There's definitely something in here. Okay, so there's a dead grasshopper. Oh, what was that? Just some nickel or something, maybe. Oh, the tungsten is very handy. We'll definitely get that. Tungsten's used for like a few early mining operations and stuff like that, but it can be like strangely hard to actually get. So there is the Astra there, which we could probably bring down. But if we could just avoid it, that might honestly be better at this point. But I do really want that tungsten though. So we might see if we can just like do a bit of stealth mining. Yeah, no, I think it knows we're here. It does know we're here. All right, we're just gonna go for a run. Gonna run for it. Oh, this one was actually loaded. Nice. All right, we are gonna try and get out of, oh, there's the Astra. Uh-oh, I fell down. Quickly, get back up. Get back up and get back up. All right, we're gonna get out of here, I think. We don't need to deal with another Astra. I'll loot these while I'm here though. Doesn't seem to be any signs of human activity in here as far as I can tell. So I think we can just grab what we got and get out of here. Oh my god, the Astra come after me. I didn't even know, wait, can they actually do that? I didn't think they could do the zone transitions. Oh my god, no. I didn't know that they could do, oh no, wait, whoa. No, it's not the one from the cave. It's another one. There was a level 10 elite Astra here. I got lucky that it didn't do too much more damage to me. And it only got the one hit off on me. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna fight that. There is no way. Ow. Let me just say, ow. That was a bit more of a shock than I want. Okay, we're gonna have to get away from it, and then we can possibly heal up at our camp. And I think it's probably a good time to head back to town. we need more ammo. All right, we made it to our camp, and thankfully left the dust storm behind as well. So if there's nothing hostile in the area, we can just have a little 1 hour kipper, little midday nap. To refresh our health and give it a refresh our well-rested buff as well. I'm debating about how much I want to fast travel because like it is pretty easy to just fast travel back to, say, back to our ship or back to town whenever we want. And certainly just like taking out boring walking time is good. But when it's like you're in kind of a dangerous survival situation where like whether you manage to successfully get back to town or not is in question, then it's kind of interesting to maybe not fast travel. So I don't know if I have a hard rule about it yet in mind, and you can't really do like a no fast travel playthrough in this game, right? Too much of the game is built around fast travel. But you know, if we're in a dangerous position, maybe we play it out and see whether we could have earnestly made it back without kind of like cheating via fast travel, if you know what I mean. But in this situation, we've kind of made it away from the point of danger, and it's basically just a straight run back to Akila City. And nothing would really be able to threaten us at this point. So at this point, I kind of feel like, yeah, we could fast travel, you know. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about how we might approach fast travel when we're out hunting and exploring. I was wondering whether we would be able to get all of the scanning and exploration done of Akila in one go, but it seems like that is definitely not the case. We're going to stash our pretty decent collection of resources here. It looks like 44 mass of resource. Oh no, 44 total resources, yeah. Probably a bit more mass than that. But this was our haul from that trip there, which we'll go ahead and stash. And we also picked up from that dung heap before we had to run a ground pack. Now these don't have boost packs in them, so we're probably just going to go ahead and sell that for credit. So we'll just treat that as a little bit of profit effectively. And we'll see how we end up financially after we purchase more ammo. But the main thing is that harvested organs, which I do need to go in and talk to the trade authority there. I actually don't know where the trade authority is in Akila City. I'm sure there is one, but I feel like I always miss it. We'll have to go have a look around. I'll just see if there's any research we can do as well, especially in the food and drink department. So we can eat a bit of red meat and cheese. I'll go ahead and tag those, because those are the sorts of things we kind of want anyway. We have enough benzines that we picked up on this trip, actually, for the drink development. There we go, we got a sudden development and got free score of aromatics. That's nice. We did pick up some metabolic agents, but not quite enough. Looks like we need to get some tranquility sunray for this. Interesting. So that's beverage development 2 we're working on there. And we didn't get any spices on this planet yet. There might not be any. We did manage to pick up some argon for performance enhancing drugs, but and we did get those metabolic agents, so that's good. We get full completion on that. That's really nice. Performance enhancement, excellent. We got enough antimicrobials. We actually found a lot of those, so we did make pretty good progress on research in the end. That's actually quite good. We also managed to get enough nickel to get grip and stock mods done too, so that's really good. Getting those weapon mods done is excellent. Yeah, we did manage to get a fair bit of research done with some of those resources that we picked up, so that was very nice. I kind of like earning your own way into the research as well and not just buying the things you need. Obviously that's a route and is really the easiest route, but it's not really the flavor of this playthrough. The flavor of this playthrough is kind of being a bit self-sufficient, so I'm going to try and avoid buying resources. Thankfully, because we've already landed, we don't get scanned for contraband, so nobody knows I'm carrying some like human eyeballs and hearts and livers and spleens around right now. Nobody even knows that I'm carrying a bunch of human organs. I guess I'm always carrying a bunch of human organs, but more than the usual amount of human organs I'm currently carrying, but no one even knows. No one even realizes. Aha, I finally found it. All right, so right when you first come in, the hitching post is on the right, the bar there. It's actually just behind the hitching post, just kind of tucked in this corner here. So that's where the trade authority is. It's only a real small one, but it will buy our contraband. It'll buy our foraged human organs. Got some things for you, mate. Here we go. 1,800 credits worth of harvested organs. Nice, that'll buy some ammo for us. That will buy some ammo for us. Sell that pack for 125 credits. And I don't really think I'm going to sell any resources for now. We have enough credits to kind of get by for the moment. I want to hold off until we can maybe process them into things that are a bit more valuable, or use them for various researches and crafting projects that we need them for. I will pick up all the caseless shotgun shells I can get. That brings us down to 1,500 credits. And I will pick up an extra heart plus. Not too many, just the one med pack here as well. So I'll go ahead and get that. Also would really like some amp because it's really good for getting away if we get in danger. Movement speed and jump height increased. So I'll get like, it's actually not too expensive. I'll get a few. You know, I'll buy all the amp actually. Just 500 credits, it's not that bad. It's a good one to hockey.
I do have need of a courier. A simple job. The timetable isn't even an issue. But it requires discretion and no questions.
I guess, sure.
Take this message to the den. There's a trade authority rep there, Marcel. Just give the paper to him.
All right, yeah.
If you could take a roundabout path to get there, that would be best. And that's the last we will speak of this.
That's funny because I'll probably take an extremely roundabout path, as in like, maybe I'll get to that side quest at some point.
You have a great day.
Oh, it might be the most roundabout path you've ever seen, mate. It's been about 2 days, so I'll see if I can get some more ammo for our rifles in Roland arms. There we go, 50 cal caseless. And 9x39, 52 rounds. All right, that keeps us going for a little bit. We'll get some caseless shotgun shells while we're here as well. Yeah, all right, cool, that keeps us going. We are down to 10,000 credits though. We're getting pretty broke here. Right now, we're just not that profitable until we can really kind of get crafting some things. Or exploring some more profitable points of interest. Yeah, turning up the occasional human organ is all well and good, but you know, we need to start doing these things in a bit more bulk maybe. Moving human organs in a bit more bulk. That won't be my primary, that's not really gonna be my primary source of cash, but you know, I'm not gonna say no if I just happen to stumble across some in my foraging. You know what? Maybe we should take up that offer to join the Freestar Rangers. I do like the sound of Danger Freestar Ranger. It's got a pretty nice ring to it, and they could help fund our expeditions. If we take up the occasional bounty or something like that, maybe they'll have some extra supplies for us. You know, I'm not opposed to that idea. They do have pretty good amenities in here. So I'm the hero that solved the Galbank hostage crisis. You may have heard of me, Danger Tuckerman.
Really? You must have impressed the Marshal.
Oh, I think so.
I'm guessing he wants to recruit you. We might hunt down a fugitive, break up a smuggling operation, investigate a starship theft, or put some would-be bank robbers behind bars.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like rather dangerous work out there. And well, danger is me name.
It can be, yeah. So that means we hunt the most dangerous game.
Oh, I like the sounds of that. Is it paying work?
I'll say right up front that if you're looking to get rich, this ain't the line of work for you.
Ah.
But yeah, we do get paid from time to time.
All right.
With expenses and such.
That's what I'm looking for, actually. Help with expenses, effectively. So, do I have to fill out a form or something?
I prefer a more practical kind of evaluation.
Ah, I see.
I'll give you the details if you want to join up.
Yeah, alright. I think I'm down. Sure, mate, I'm game.
Before I hand you a badge, I need to know you can handle the job. Use the mission terminal and take one of the listed jobs. Your choice.
Oh,
Come back
nice.
alive, and we'll talk about you joining up.
I like the sounds of that. Prepare to be impressed. Alright, so when it comes to destroy, these ones are space fight, and we haven't got enough money to improve our ship yet, nor have we made any improvements at this point, so that is potentially quite dangerous. If it is just one Crimson Fleet ship in Cheyenne, it might not be so bad. It does say captain. I don't know if that means it's going to be slightly higher rank. It's a pretty low bounty, so it probably wouldn't be too hard to do. But I think honestly what we might do is just take all of these and see what one we get to first. And there's a few, they're not super high paying, but a few credits to be made on each, and they'll get us around, seeing some sights maybe. So there's a hostage rescue. Active situation with a Freestar transpo in the Piazzi system. Go there and put down spaces and rescue the captain. Hijacking spaceships and holding the crew hostage. That sounds like that might be in 0G, maybe you're in space. Not sure, we'll have to see. But we'll take that. We'll take the destroy one. This one might be the most immediately doable. It's in system, even. Otherwise, there's an outlaw gang leader, so that'll be a location with some outlaws in it. And one specific target in there that needs taking out. On Thalassa, which is, I think, in the Olympus system, yeah. And then Nasoe, which is also in the Olympus system. So there's two hunts in the Olympus system. Nasoe is a life-bearing planet too. That's pretty interesting. It's actually the site of the Dream Home, if you take that trait. So we're not officially a Freestar Ranger yet, but we have some options to prove ourselves, and that might be able to help us with covering our expenses and give us access to some of their facilities in here. We did get a fair amount of work done on scanning and surveying Akila, but Akila's a big place with a lot of scary wildlife on it, so there's still a lot to be done, you know? But we got out, we saw some sights, we had our first little taste of the actual survival wildlife. Without, you know, having a handy snack table nearby. It certainly is different to how things were back when I was filming my show. But, you know, this is the real shit. This is the shit that's gonna make me famous again. This is the shit that's gonna turn me into a real man. It feels good. It feels good. I like the trajectory you're on here. So that is gonna be it for this episode of our Starfield hardcore run with Danger Tuckerman. We have Akila to continue exploring and potentially joining the Freestar Rangers. And let us know if there's anything else you think that Danger should take on to challenge himself, to turn himself into a real man, a real survival / cooking expert.
Ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems.
Hello. All right. Thanks for the warning. Thanks for the warning. Okay, I'm monologuing here. Where was I anyway? Yeah. I'm Danger Tuckerman. Have a good one. And I'm Ziggy D, and thanks for watching.